Satnam. I'm Devi here, offering a general reading. As always, take what resonates and leave the rest. Getting the sense of you, your guide team, your angels, whomever you reach up to, they hear you and they want to hear more from you. They hear your thoughts, they see your frustration, and they need you to speak up to them to allow them to help you on this earthly plane. They're always there, you feel them, and trusting their protection, trusting them at night. Sometimes I even ask my angels to be with me in the night, and they are. And I just feel like they're like I thought I was done for the day. They're like, more. They want to hear from you, just like you would call a friend and just whine about your day. Reach up to them, find your way to communicate to them, and direct your attention to receive the clarity and healing you need through your team. And also have a deck, my first deck. And this was given to me by Jeannie. Thank you, Jeannie. I know she's still with me. And I feel like that's important to share. I don't think, actually I know, I never expected myself to be, doing tarot readings, to make videos online, behind the scenes for many years. All I wanted was to be a teacher at a school, and I did that for close to 10 years, 9.5, and loved it. And then it was time to go. I was redirected. And perhaps on your journey, you're finding yourself redirected. And you're just kind of like, well, what? It's kind of like that song, you don't always get what you want, but you always get what you need. And they see a bigger picture, and they see potential, and they know your soul purpose. And your soul purpose, your soul calling, that connection that will open your heart, that job that will allow you to stand in your power, that passion project that the world needs to see, takes you out of your comfort zone. And that is needed. And will you listen deeply to expand beyond reason and into a new way of being and perceiving? And I think it's always been within you. It's just now it's like acknowledging it, kind of coming out of the closet. Sorry for anyone that's, had traumatic experiences with that. And I think we all have with gifts that you're taught to shut it down very quickly. We don't talk to ghosts, or grandma's dead, what are you talking about? Or whatever way that you see, feel, and perceive, and you did as a child that was innocent and given to you, you're probably forced to mask it, right? And it's like, I don't know, I use the term out of the closet after just watching all that my mom went through. And it just was so heart-wrenching to watch her experience such torment, and then all the opinions around it, and the Bible thrown at her, and it just, it pains me for her. And I mean, I was part of that too. My brother, we both experienced a lot through what they call a choice. And so I've talked to people too who are have gifts, and they're like, well, they shut it down. They don't want to deal with it. It's not easy. So the work that you're doing is gratifying on a soul level. You're working through a matrix, a timeline, and a world beyond reason, that people, I mean, witches were burned for this, you know? So it's more of like a pat on the back and get back out there. And my guide team has done that to me before. I've explained this to someone, and like it's kind of like, you know, the coach kind of pulls you off to the side, gives you a little pep talk, and then throws you back in the game. It's kind of like that. And they're just want me to reassure you that you're not alone, and they're with you, and they want to hear more from you. So let's see what the cards have to say, see if anything else comes through. It's all divinely guided, and I think it's becoming more clear to you when there might have been like some fog and confusion of like, what path am I on? What am I growing through? This is a mess. And now it's just like settling into this place of non-resistance, like this sage equilibrium, something of the sort. And they're talking to me about something, I don't understand what they're saying right now. All right, bottom deck. So that is the Ace of Pentacles. That's a start, a new start. And the material and the sticks. Sorry, I'm trying a new way to record since all those videos are glitchy. So now it's like, all right, back to the drawing board. How do we want to do this? It's a homecoming to your truth, but a choice to connect. And it's interesting too. This is that apple, right? Yeah. And so what stories were told there, you making that choice is not the fall of mankind. Yeah, perhaps the choice is the rise of. And so making a choice to elevate based on your divine guidance, and staying in, Starshine Tarot uses the word right relationship. So people call it high vibe, integrity. And it's, think of Joan of Arc. She was guided, and then at one point it's like something shifted. I won't go into any further because I'd like to stay on the course of being guided and taking appropriate action that serves the greater good. Yeah? It's interesting. The times I've used this deck, I don't think I've pulled the Lover's card. But I think each time, just like in a yoga pose, each time you come to your mat, you come to your meditation, or you see a sunset, and these cards present something else, a perspective to explore. You know, that we are a visual culture, and we read images. And so it's an opportunity to communicate. And I think there are some of us that gravitate a little bit more toward card reading, especially those that, and I could be wrong, they get more of like embodied sensations that the cards help to pull in from the mind to the mouth to get the message out, if that makes sense. I still haven't wrapped all my thoughts around it, but it's different in a delightful way. 10 of Wands. Oh, release the burden, the shame of who you are and who you're destined to be. Well, there you go. That show, Bobby. There you go, Bobo. What was that show? I can't remember. It's just the way Mom communicated. It was interesting. Top card they said. So working with the mental body to rise up, so courage, tenacity. 5 is the change, 2 is that delineated back and forth. And so having that courage to elevate the mental thought processes. 9, you're who you came to be as a starseed, as an awakened human being planted in this possibility in this lifetime that doesn't make sense. Maybe I'm speaking to about myself because I've told this story before. I'm like, wait, where am I? And who are those people? Where's my starship? Bring me home. You were planted in this timeline, in this incarnation with a purpose. And now breaking free of the mental framework or anything that keeps you from pursuing what you know to be true in your heart and soul. Let's get one more card. Destiny. Like, I think Forrest Gump, you know, whether you're looking at the mom, I was destined to be your mama, or whether it's like how we all just flow together and how beautiful that is. And sometimes painful. Blessings. A blessing to be here on earth. A blessing to be here on earth. All right, well, I'm going to leave it at that. Bottom deck, okay. Maybe get back to your natural state, get out into nature so that you can come back to, so Joan of Arc, I believe, and I could be wrong, she got her first, like, started connecting through a tree. So what is your mode of connection and coming home? Well, thank you for listening. Sending lots of love. Satnam.